In this exclusive interview dated over 10 years ago, one of Drake's OVO team member, Noel Cadastre, who is the sound engineer and music producer that works alongside 40, talks about what it's like being with Drake. Watch and enjoy, guys.
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name's Noel Cadastre, and I am from Toronto, Canada.
What do you do?
I'm an engineer. I currently work with Noah Shabib, who is Drake's producer.
So what was your first encounter with Drake's music, or Drake in general?
I was put on to Drake's music, I would say fall of 2006. I was introduced to his music by a friend from an island called St. Lucia, which is originally where I'm from. He hit me up one day like, there's this kid, you need to listen to him, his name's Drake, so on and so forth. Downloaded the mixtapes, which at the time there was Room for Improvement and Comeback Season was available. And that was my first kind of experience with Drake.
What did you think about the music when you first heard it?
I definitely loved the music from the first time I heard it. I think my favorite song at the time was Going In For Life, which is off of Comeback Season. I thought he was a great rapper, really clever. He reminded me a lot at the time of, his style reminded me of Lil Brother, which I was really into at the time as well. Just the wit behind his lines and stuff. So yeah, I dug it.
So how was it that you came to know him, work with him? What was your first encounter? How did that all...
The whole story is kind of weird and unbelievable, but it all happened, In 2005, I enrolled in a school for engineering called Metalworks Institute. And I did a 1-year engineering program there. And at the end, I was offered a job by the school, which also ran a world-class studio facility here in Toronto. So 3 years later, just still working there, there was an opportunity to come in and work this session with Noah Shabib and Drake, who at the time had just signed that deal with Young Money, and were just starting Thank Me Later. And none of the engineers who actually worked for the studio were available that night in question. And the owner of the company called and just asked if I'd do them that favor and just go in and work that one session. And that's originally how I met them, just one night, one phone call by chance, 3 years later. So.
And then you started, you kept working with them, they kept coming in, how did that...
Well, I didn't actually work for the studio as an engineer. I worked more on the technology side of things, so I would build Pro Tools HD systems for the rooms. And so the next day when they came back into work, the other engineers were like, look, thanks for covering for us, but we'll take it from here. You did a great job. And it was 40, I guess, who requested me. He came back to the studio manager and said, look, I appreciate the fact that Noel doesn't really do that for you guys, but I like him and I'd like to keep him on the sessions with me. And that's how it started. So I continued to work with him throughout Thank Me Later while they were at Metalworks Studios. So.
Alright, so what is it like going out with this guy now? When you go out in public, what is it like?
It is a storm. It's not a shitstorm for the most part. It depends on where we are. I'd say in Toronto, he's loved but not bothered. Whereas in some of the major cities in the U.S., like Miami and for sure in New York, it's a little bit of both, where it's kind of in your face, and it's love, but it's kind of like it's breaching that point where it's a bit too much love, and you can't really be a person, or you can't really get some room to move around freely, you know. So but again, most of it's love, so you can't really complain about that, you know.
Are you saying that's not a position that you necessarily envy?
Oh, I don't envy him at all. You know, I mean, I'm sure he has his private moments, like everybody else, but I think his private moments are fewer than the average person, you know. And I think for any artist, especially if you dare to be great like he has, I think that's part of the deal, and you accept that going in. You know, that if you want to be successful, and if you want to be as good as he is, you give up that part of your life to a certain extent to satisfy your fans. You know,
so how's it been being on the inside and watching this kid go from, like you said, just first getting a deal to what it is now?
This has definitely been like the dream, the most incredible journey, everything that you think it is going to be, and so much more. Just watching it from the inside, especially when in the beginning I didn't really think I would be along for the ride, you know, because I actually worked for the company. They were just stopping in. So like to see the progression and be a part of the team, and really see how the music's progressed, as well as each individual who's in the camp is really amazing. You know, it's like being able to watch a butterfly come out of its cocoon, but faster than actually happens, you know, so it's cool.
Noel Cadastre still remains a valuable member of Drake's loyal OVO family till today, and it's all because Drake keep the family close, right? But let me know what you think in the comments, guys, and please like and subscribe for more contents like this.